Asta from Black Clover. Haven't drawn him in a while. I'm on a landscape page. Use a pencil eraser, hit pause if I go too fast. This is a new image of him on the cover of Shonen Jump, I think. It's pretty cool. So he's like looking over his shoulder, smiling at us, about to pull out that big sword. So, center point of my page is about here. Come over to the left-hand side, we start with the eye. So Asta has really big eyes. So we start here, right? And we'll curve it up. And down, sort of like that, right? And what you got to do is thicken it up, make it a kind of a darker sort of a line, right? So, and it's kind of thin at the front, but mostly here it's thick. Right, and then his bottom eyelid line, just a curved line coming around here. And then we have some lighter lines just coming around the eye. Like so. And then his iris just in here. And his pupil just in the middle. Okay. Right, so then his eyebrow starts there. We will curve it around and start to spike it up like a tick line just going that way. And then the other side, just so we can have somewhere to color in, you know, a gray section. Just there. So his other eye is like behind a spike of hair, it looks like, and his nose. So we're gonna, it's down, right? It starts sort of down from this eye. So it's below it. And we'll do the nose just a little bit lower down, just here. Right, so we do this kind of curved line. Right, and he's got this kind of hooked sort of nose. Comes down that way. And then it just goes in. And you might have another line just there. And then his nostril just comes back like so. So there's a hair spike then that comes down just across the top of the nose here. And then his eye is like in this gap, right? So it's just, see this sort of section here. Right, so we got like the top eyelid line curves around. And then we bring it down the side there. And then I'll just go back in towards the nose and thicken up the top and bottom lines a little bit, just to show that they're his eyelash lines. And then his iris inside here, real close to the nose, touching it. And then the pupil, just there. And we can see like a little bit of his eyebrow, just sticking up this way somewhere. Like maybe, no, maybe like just a tiny bit of his forehead or something, just going that way, underneath the hair. And then his cheeks sort of going down that way. Right, so we can just see the side of his face coming down from his nose. And we can't see his chin because it goes behind his collar, right? So his collar just comes across the bottom of his face. A wavy sort of line going that way. And then his mouth is just in here. Now remember, hit pause if I go too fast at any point. Okay, so his mouth then goes across and sort of curves up. Kind of a smile section just here. And we're just kind of underneath his eye here, see? On this diagonal sort of line. And then the bottom of his mouth comes down. Just goes down to there. And then the other side down like so. And we can just see his teeth at the front. And you just want to color this black. Maybe a bit of a shadow on this side as well. So for the teeth on the inside, you just got a little line here and a little line there. So his sword, right? We'll go up and do his hair and his head in a little while, but we'll just do the sword section because it's like this big long sort of line that goes down here. And then this big sword comes down here. This is like the top of it. And then we can just see his shoulder going down this way. Like his black bull's sort of cloak sort of area. 2 lines here, and then we have like his shoulder and some faux lines just for his clothing, just there. Okay, so some more hair sticking off here, right? Lots of these little hair spikes that come out from his headband. And another one kind of going up here. And then this one there. And then we have another one coming down here. And another one that sticks up. And the headband sort of comes across here. And then down to there. All right, we have another hair spike sticking up this way. It goes behind the handle of the sword, so we'll stop it like that. So the handle of the sword comes up here, right from this part of his head. So we'll go up to that part of his head, so the handle will go up here, diagonally, and then we have this curvy section, and then it comes back down. All right, you could use a ruler for these if you wanted, and then the handle just goes up to there, disappears into his hand, curves down the other side. And then it'll go diagonally this way, gets sort of thinner as it goes back, and we meet another small round section, and then back up to there, and then this will go down the middle of the sword, and the other side sort of here, and then we'll finish off the top of that blade, just going down that way. There's more details inside the sword, but we'll just try and finish his head because the sword is kind of in front of his head. So his headband keeps going down this way, and then it kind of bumps around here, and then we can just see some more hair and his ear inside here. So like another sort of hair spike there and there. Right, and then his ear around like so. His neck goes down that way. A little bit more of his collar here. And then we have hair spike. Another hair spike. And then we go with the top of the headband going this way. And then we have some more hair. Like so. Then headband coming down the front here. And there's another piece of hair sticking up this way. some more hair. We can see sort of the black bulls and some of that red spiking stuff coming out that way. So the black bull symbol, I'll just draw it roughly. Comes down the side here. If you want to add more details to this, you can, but just because it's so small, I'll just leave it like this kind of thing. Okay. Right, and then the hair that's on the top of his head, so we keep adding more spikes. A lot of hair spikes on him. Another one sort of going that way. Down here, there, and then loads coming out the back, spiking up this way. Bigger ones and smaller ones. Going down behind that sword of his. Like so, right? And then there's texture lines all over the hair, so you just add like these extra sort of lines all inside. Okay, you can add more texture if you want, but I think I'll leave it there. And then we can see some lines inside the ear. So just like these kind of curving lines. Maybe a shadow in there. And some more maybe up top. Right, like so. Okay, so the sword and his hand and the arm and everything here. So say like on top of the sword, we can see some more sort of lines like that. And then there is a hole in the sword just here. Well, it looks like a hole to me anyway. Right, and then the sword has like these edge lines all on it. So like to make it look a little bit three-dimensional, just to add some of these coming down. The edges, right, like something up the middle as well. Like so. And of course there's all these sort of stains and stuff on the blade, right? So you just add these whatever way you want, just these kind of wavy patches. And like they do put like marks and dots and scratches and everything all over. And there's some like on the blade as well. And it's kind of up to you how much of this you want to do. On the handle, should I say. There's more. And some just in here as well. Okay, so we got his hand here now holding onto the sword, right? So it just comes across the top of the sword here. We got 4 knuckles. 1, 2, 3, 4. See just 4 bumps going up in the line there. And then the top one sort of comes over like so. And he's got these fingerless gloves on. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, coming down kind of in a row. And then each of these are fingers coming up, connecting each of those gaps. And you could have something like knuckle lines, like so. And then these fingerless gloves have these ridges on them. Right, so we got these bumping sort of lines like so. And then sort of the back of his hand just goes that way. The front knuckle kind of goes up and around down the back of his hand. And then on the back of his hand, he's got these ellipses, these circles, just on the back of his glove. Like that. Right, and then we got like these folding parts, because he's wearing like a leather thing on his hand. Right, and we could see some more detail just inside here for like his knuckles and stuff. Like so. And his thumb just in behind here. And the rest of the sword just goes off the top of my page. Like so. And scratches. And like more of those stains and things going all up the sword. So then we just have to connect this hand to his shoulder, right? So we'll go the inside first, right? So it goes like this way, right? And then his bicep will go in here, right? Around like that. And then the tricep goes out this way, and this will go eventually out to his elbow. Sort of around this way. Pointy elbow, somewhere there. And then this just curves around for his forearm up to here, and we meet another sort of circle thing on the leather there, and there's another one here. And this might have some like muscle lines just for his arms. And some stuff strapped around his bicep here. Some more of those circles. Like so. And that is how to draw Asta from the cover of Shonen Jump. Hope it's helpful. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.